Hello. Okay, so I'm back. So I figured it's my 1 year YouTube anniversary, and I wanted to shoot some quick videos, just on like things. I didn't have an idea or a plan, but it looks like I'm going to be shooting like all these little videos about the things I enjoy talking about over the last year. So, oh my gosh, people, my daughter and I went to the thrift store today. We went to Value Village, which is Village des Valeurs in Quebec, and Savers in other countries. And I just wanted to share with you some of my experience there, some of the things I bought because we got some clothing. I got two skirts, and my daughter got a dress and a skirt, and they're already in the wash. So I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I had this whole procedure before the pandemic when shopping in a thrift store or shopping anywhere for that matter. It's a very Italian thing to do, a very Italian immigrant thing to do because I was raised that way. One, we never wore anything. We never wear anything that we purchased either brand new at the department store or a fancy boutique or whatever, or at a thrift store. Everything that came home, every or my whole life, everything that comes home from the store gets washed before it gets used. Whether it's clothing, objects, everything. So this hasn't changed at all for us. Um, but it's different how much more I paid attention to it when I came home. So of course the clothing goes straight in the washing machine, and yeah, we totally lucked out. Like stuff that's still brand new with tags on it, and really cheap. It was really good. Then I picked up some tchotchkes. I always love at the thrift store um, scoring like really like fancy candles like this pillar candle. I took the tag off to wash the whole thing like, you know, I use an oxy spray that I get like a very very diluted hydrogen peroxide spray, and sprayed it and then wiped it. It says that the scent is mahogany wood, which, oh my god, I don't know if this is what mahogany smells like, but years and years and years ago I had oak moss and it was just too strong, kind of sickening. Um, but this is mahogany. It's brown. Brown is beautiful for uh, spell work having to do with grounding, you know, like that kind of stuff. Um, Beautiful. Brown is also I find brown candles really excellent for grounding, for abundance. It's interesting. Like I use green, like green candles and that kind of stuff. Any like the color green is really good for fast luck. But you know, for stability, brown, and also working with nature spirits and animal spirits, brown candles. And this just smells heavenly. Anyway, so yeah. So this was sanitized when it came home. The nice thing is sometimes not you, me. Sometimes I go to a thrift store and I see things that with a dollar store sticker on it, whether it's Dollar Tree or Dollarama. Dollarama is like a really it's a nationwide dollar store here in Canada. That stuff it's more like it's more expensive. Like I think it's up to $5 at the Dollarama, and like they have some things that are different from Dollar Tree. Like Dollar Tree is still like incredible. You can find some really neat stuff there. But Dollarama, I think, actually has stuff made for them to sell in their stores. Anyway, I had I saw this one at the thrift store, and instead of having the 350 or like marked up to like something stupid like I've seen before, $10, it was actually just a buck. So washed with hot water and soap, and now it's ready to be mine. I love this kind of crackle glass candle holders. Um, yeah, this is the only one I have with the crackle glass, but I love them. Another thing I scored is a little, I ordered, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm going to be talking about, like, you know, what I ordered. I ordered myself some herbs and incense and oils from the Crystal Fox in Maryland. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to receive it. The service is incredible. I entered what I thought the shipping might be and just put a note and said, please invoice me for more if I'm wrong with the shipping. And they did. It was really easy. You know what I mean? Like some places, there's like, it doesn't feel like there's a person on the other side of the computer monitor, right? Like a real person taking care of you. That store, they take care of you. Anyway, I got this jar for like $1, maybe 80 cents. I don't know. I've seen these at the dollar store, but I never ended up getting them. And again, washed with hot water and soap. This is painted, so I have to be careful not to chip the paint on it. To put some herbs. Some of the herbs I ordered from the Crystal Fox, which made me so excited. They have Bistort. Bistort, I don't know, I think in English is snakeweed. But Bistort in Italian folk magic is used a lot. It's actually mentioned in my book. So I was so excited to get my little hands on some Bistort. Some spikenard, which also is very prevalently used in Italian folk magic. So I think I'll put my spigonata in here. But anyway, very happy. And then I got this thing. Oh my god, this is a blast from the past. Also still has some water because I washed it. Look at this. This is like something out of somebody's nana's living room. Probably a candy dish, which I'm probably either I'm going to use for to catch my jewelry on my vanity at the end of the day, or incense resin. So yeah, so this too I think was like $2. So that was my and the clothing that I can't show you because it's in the wash. That was my thrift store haul. And one last thing I found. So here's the thing. When I go to any kind of thrift store, secondhand shop or whatever, I just find myself rescuing books from authors that I know, authors I love, even if I already own the book. I can't just leave it there. I rescue it from that place to then give it away. So I found a really nice copy of this. It's got a black line through here, so I don't know where it came from. I don't know why it has a black line, what that means. If, like in Seinfeld, if it's flagged because George took it into the bathroom, boop. I brought it home and completely sanitized it. And if you want to know how, I buy at I think it's at Dollar Tree that I get it. I buy, maybe Dollar Tree has it, but I got it at Dollarama. It's in a spray bottle, and it's isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol, 70%. And it's good for sanitizing makeup, which I don't buy makeup at the thrift store, but you know what I mean? Like if you have an eyeshadow palette that you haven't used in a long time, or you have an eyeshadow palette you want to put away because it's seasonal, it's good to give it a nice spritz of isopropyl alcohol, let it evaporate, you know, clean off the inside of your makeup palette and then put it away. I have lipstick that's 30 years old that I could still use because I dip it in alcohol and let it dry, and then I store it in a cool, dark place. Yeah, imagine that, 30-year-old lipstick, people. I'm a bit of a vintage freak. Anyway. And I was so happy to rescue. This is by Judica Illes. I know Judica. I love Judica. She was my editor. She is my editor. Anyway, she's my friend. I love her to death. Anyway, Encyclopedia of Mystics, Saints, and Sages. I found this on the Christian bookshelf. I'm thinking someone thought they were getting Christian literature and freaked out and gave it away. I rescued it, and shameless self-promotion. I love this book. because I love this book. But it never gets old to see my name in the acknowledgements. Sorry, wrong page. Oh my god, people. It's really hot here all of a sudden. Well, it's hot and muggy. For me, it's hot and muggy. Oh, there it is. Grace Fahrun of Ruth's Kitchen. There I am, people. Okay. I will be giving this away to a lucky subscriber. Stay tuned. I'm just needing a little time to get organized because I want to have different things to offer. And what I'm going to do with my giveaway is for Canada and United States, I will mail you something physical from my house. If you win the giveaway and you are everywhere else in the world, I'll have you select something from the book depository because they ship worldwide and for free. So yeah, but hasn't materialized yet. But this will definitely be part of the giveaway, and it's in better shape than mine is. So this is the one, and like I said, it's sanitized and in beautiful condition. No writing in it, nothing, no creases, no skeeviness, just a black line that was flagged at Brentanos. Anyway, next. So that was my thrift store haul. I feel energized, people. For me, going to a thrift store is like other people, they go on a pilgrimage to a sacred site or something like that. For me, it's full of the spirits of the people, of it's full of the energy of the people that used to own the stuff. Some energy is interesting, some of it is like, you know what I mean? I think what's really important when you pick up stuff like this is old. Like this is I forget what this glass is called, but this is like at least from maybe it could be 1950s, 1960s, maybe even earlier than that. The original owner of this is most likely deceased, and you just have to make sure that they're still not attached to the item. Someone had asked me, well, one quick thing, and I don't want to go into this whole thing on this video, but here's a quick tidbit since I am talking about thrift store hauls. So the other stuff is pretty modern, but this thing here, I held it for a moment, and one way that I've noticed right away, like there's been times where I've picked something up at a dollar store, or not a dollar store, at a thrift store, walked around with it and felt like I had to keep an eye on it in my cart because someone was going to take it. That already is an indication that there's a spirit that still feels ownership over something. If you don't want, and another quick way to not take something home, and when I say something, I mean an entity or something like that. If you pick an object up and you're really drawn to it and you're like obsessing over it, put it down and think about it a little bit. It contains an entity that wants to come home with you. You might want to put it down and walk around for a little bit. And if you're home and you're still thinking about it, don't buy it. That's the hard part. Am I still thinking about it because I really want it? Or am I still thinking about it because some creepy crawly wants to come home with me? Like I said, this is like just quick snapshots of what I do. I got into the habit, but that's because this is my life. I carry salt in my purse. I carry holy water in my purse. Just a little spray bottle of holy water. Literally, oh my God, people. That's probably like, it's probably not even like okay, according to the Catholic Church, to do that, to spray holy water. I don't care. And I will literally pull that out, spray the object, come back, pick it up. But you have to have a certain ability with psychometry and stuff like that. And really, like if you're not a medium, or if you're not connected to the spirit world, you run the risk of taking something home. But these are some of the precautions that I take. Spray with holy water. as I'm, as I'm leaving the store, I tell them, like, this is this. Or another thing I do is I take ownership of it energetically. So I'll say, this is mine in my head, not out loud. And if you're sensitive to these kind of energies, you can actually feel it let go. This is just a few things you could do. Always, always, always wash. Always, always. If it's clothing, it's used. When you throw it in the wash, you throw some salt in the wash as well. Anything you would do to cleanse yourself, you cleanse objects with, and it works. Passing it through incense smoke has never been a thing for me. This is soap and water and visualizing removing the energy. This thing feels like, and that's the thing, it feels like mine now. It doesn't feel like something I brought home from the store. That's how you know you did a good job. When you touch something and if it looks newer, like that's another thing too. See, my energy is like that. The object will look better after I've removed whatever is on it, whatever energy is on it. Something will look better, newer to me. And like I said, to me, there's a tell. It belongs to me. It looks better than it did when I picked it up at the store. It's very neutral feeling, but at the same time, it feels like it has my energy on it. I hope that helped a little bit. Explaining how not, like if something, again, the quickest way I could explain to you, if you're obsessing over an object at a thrift store, it's safer to just leave it there. All right, next. What else do I want to share with you? So I got some books from Amazon. It's birthday month, right? So I'm just finding that this year there's less things that interest me. Probably because I have way more decks that I love at this time than I did last year at this time. Last year at this time I only had like a very small selection of tarot decks and oracle decks that I loved. Everything else sat in a box because they were like impulse purchases from the year prior. Well, I've moved all that stuff out, and I still have some things that I don't love, but not that many. I think I have like 5 tarot and oracle decks I'm looking to rehome. But I had like boxes from the impulse purchases of 2018. Like I had a depth year in 2019, and then and that taught me the stuff I don't like. So I released all that stuff, and then 2020 was all about, well, I know what I like, and that's all I'm gonna get. So where was I even going with this? Let me share with you 2 books I got. I got this one, Sacred Path Workbook by Jamie Sams, because I love my Sacred Path Oracle that I've shared with you. I love these cards. If you have one that you don't love and you're looking to rehome, I shoot me an email. I have one that I got I've mentioned this so many times. I talk about the same things all the time on my channel, people. But the one that I have was a gift. Was just part of just thrown in with a trade, and it was in really bad shape. And I repurposed it. Like I gave it a makeover. And you know what I learned about myself in this process of rebacking, and especially when I love taking especially anything at all, but with tarot and oracle decks, I love receiving ones that have defects or are really, really worn, and giving them new life. I enjoy that even more than modifying a brand new deck. So maybe I should put the call out. Do you have a beat up deck you don't care about? Shoot me an email. All right. So I got this because I saw it on Yvette's channel, Witch of Willow Creek. And I thought, I didn't even know there was a workbook for that oracle deck. which I absolutely love. It is in my top 5 oracle decks. Yeah. So I saw it on Amazon. I got it for myself. It's birthday month. Another book I got for myself is Spirit of Herbs. So I already had this, and I moved it along last year because I wasn't in the headspace for it. And suddenly I'm back into the headspace, wanting to work with herbs. A lot of that had to do with last year I had completely disconnected from nature, and reconnecting with nature this year through gardening, and I think I'm going to do an updated video on my garden because I'm just letting it grow. It's crazy out there. And just to see what's out there. Weeds, everything's allowed to grow. Everything, it's incredible. Anyway, so when I reconnected with nature this year, this spring, suddenly this month or last month, I was feeling like I wanted this book back. I have to say, this is still, the Herbal Tarot deck is still my favorite. Now I moved on a couple of one Herbal Tarot deck last year with the book because, like I said, I was completely disconnected from nature. Now, a friend of mine who goes by the handle Lucia's Child, and we are friends from the forum Stregoneria Italiana. So we've been like connected online for like almost 20 years. She had some tarot decks up for sale, and she had a few that I was interested in, but you snooze, you lose, and other people snapped them up. Good for them. Like she had the Golden Tarot, which I was kind of I would have gotten it from her, but I've never really felt it sits on my wish list, my Amazon wish list, but I haven't felt moved to click buy yet. Anyway, I love this box of the Herbal Tarot. And like you see it, this one's all reinforced with packing tape. When I received it, it was without the packing tape. This is just me loving it, because I want to keep this tuck box. I really love this tuck box. I just love the colors. It just makes me happy to look at it. It's different from the current US Games one that I had. And the main difference, I don't know if I had the other one, and for some reason it felt as though the current US Games one, that the colors were stronger, like almost garish, whereas, oh my god, do I have it in order? Oh, I do. Looky people. I'm just going to do the major arcana. I'm not going to bore you with the whole deck unless you want me to, and then leave a comment below and but look at this. First of all, this cardstock is really nice. It's that US Games waxy cardstock, like my Centennial, commemorative Centennial Rider-Waite Smith. But I kind of remember my Herbal Tarot, the current one, the US Games current one, having like stronger coloring. I don't know, it's probably just an imagination thing. And the cardstock was similar, but this feels just broken in. You know why? Oh my god, people, I thought, because I couldn't tell, it's like, it's a photograph on my phone, on Facebook, whatever. I couldn't tell that this was used. And oh my gosh, I received this deck full of really beautiful energy from the person who sold it to me. Lovingly used. It's in excellent condition. Look at it. It's in excellent condition. It's still brand new. It's still in new condition. But it has a beautiful energy. And I love that the tuck box had wax drippings on it. Oh my god, people. Yeah. Another thing I'm learning about myself. I like to obtain, I really enjoy used tarot decks. Again, the ones that need rescuing, and even the ones that don't. So I'm so happy to have this back, and this one's not going anywhere because you know, I just love it. I'm just happy to have this one. I can't even tell you. Makes me so happy. Makes me so happy because, oh my God, I love this death card. It's very Rider-Waite, but pagan. You know, like Rider-Waite has a bit of that Christian, well, the Hierophant, the devil. Yeah, we understand each other. Here is Pan instead. Completely different energy. The Tower with garlic, which for me is so Saint Michael Archangel, or so Michael Archangel. In Italian folk magic, Michael Archangel is garlic, and garlic is Michael Archangel. It's hard to explain, but that's why garlic is so is just crucial in your kit for banishment of anything. And I love that as a tower because, you know, fire of Saint Michael or fire of Archangel Michael. Beautiful. Anyway, love. Look at the moon card. Love, love, love. So happy to have this deck back in my life. So happy that this book is still available. Can't wait to work with it. Mine was sitting in a box where I'm storing it. Smells like sandalwood incense because that's what I store in there as well. So look at the little white book. I was about to say little yellow book. It's a little yellowed. Love it, love it, love it. So happy to have it in my life. So when I purchased this one, my friend messaged me and said, "Hey, I was wondering, I have a Saint Tarot. Is it okay if I toss it in?" Italian folk magic, Saint magic. I said, "Sure." I didn't even ask like which one or whatever. It's like, you know, like the lady is like, it's quite witchy. The lady is very witchy. I didn't know what to expect. She sent me Robert M. Place's Tarot of Saints. She sent me the cards with these that I purchased. And then she messaged me this week and said, well, while she was going through her books, because she's unpacking and setting up her witchy room after so many years, that she found the guidebook, and I'm like, oh my God, they're beautiful. I don't know if I'll be able to read with them, but I'm in love with them. And these two carry her energy, which not as heavily as these, but these two carry her energy, which is so gentle, so loving. Thank you again, Lucia's child. Thank you again. So, oh my gosh, I thought I would never own this because, well, it's out of print. And it's probably out of print because she's right, it doesn't have a mass appeal. Because, let's be brutally honest, if you're a collector, you might want it just because you're a collector. If you're Catholic or Christian and you're devout, you don't want a tarot deck. So already this is some kind of abomination. And if you're a tarot reader and you left organized religion, this is an abomination as well. You don't, so it doesn't have mass appeal. For me, it has all the appeal. I love it, love it, love it. It's a pip deck, which when I looked through the minor arcana, and I put it in order, right? When I saw the minors are pips, The moon card, people. Madon. Literally. So yeah, I get it. It's not, this does not have mass appeal, but oh my god, I'm so happy I have it, and I can't wait to try reading with it. And it's pips. So here, just to show you a bit, there's the ace, 2, 3. They're pips with some illustration. So here you have Mary and Joseph under the 4 staffs. Here you have Stigmata for 5 of staffs. Staffs. It's beautiful. Thank you so much, Lucia's child. I definitely cherish them. And I do look forward to see if I could read them as a tarot deck. I think I'll be able to read them, but we'll see. Otherwise, I just love them. And yeah, so I'll be receiving the guidebook in the mail at some point, and I'll get to read up on these to see what the guidebook, what the author has to say, the creator has to say. But oh my god. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. So I consider this birthday loot with my Spirit of Herbs book and my Sacred Path workbook and my Tarot des Fées. It's the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy by Lucy Cavendish that I got the French edition because and I was searching for that word on that video. I couldn't come up with the word edition. I kept saying the French translation, the French version. It's the French edition. I also consider that birthday loot. All right. So the last thing I'm going to talk about today is which tarot, like what decks am I working with in July? July. So June. So May was a month of shit. And then I didn't see June go by. I think June was no good either. Like it was just, I don't see the time go, people. I have to tell you, you're probably tired of hearing me talk about this, but wearing PPE 8 hours a day, those masks, they're important. You go out in public, you should be wearing them to protect other people in case you're infected. It does protect you because it prevents you from touching your face, provided of course you wash your hands before you remove the mask. So clearly, like, it keeps your spit to yourself. It also keeps your own breath to yourself all day long. And I have to say, the gowns, the goggles, the masks, they were never designed to be worn 8 hours nonstop for a day. And my heart goes out to the people who have to wear the N95 masks at work, because I overheard at my job that someone was talking about their husband comes home wrecked, exhausted at the end of the day because at his job, at his work, he needs to wear the N95, which is a respirator mask. I've seen the memes. The memes are directed at people who are stupid and don't care about their fellow man and won't wear a mask when they go out in public, shopping or whatever. Those memes don't make me angry when I see them where there's a perky nurse wearing the mask with an oximeter on her finger showing that, look, her blood oxygen is 99%. I'm going to tell you, mine drops to 90. Mine drops to 90 because I own an oximeter. I'm a nurse. And by the afternoon, 4 hours in wearing the mask, my blood oxygen drops to 90, and healthy is 95 to 100%. So, and I'm wrecked. Imagine those poor people. If you're out there and you have to wear an N95 mask at work, my heart goes out to you. All right? But we do what we have to do to keep ourselves and other people safe. Fortunately, it's unpleasant. Anyways, where was I going with this? June. So June, I didn't even see June go by, probably because I was in a hypoxic haze. Also, work's been really busy, and it's like work, rinse, repeat. You know what I mean? Like go home, rinse, repeat. But um, I did manage in July. So I think the first couple of days of July I was still working with the decks I was using in June, and finally I said, "Oh my God, what do I feel like working with?" And I didn't know, so I reached for one that I got last year around this time, which is my Druid craft. I just find it ironic because I was gonna say completely naked, and then the world card is right there. The one that I got for my birthday last year, where I trimmed everything off down to the image. Not on at first, not on purpose, and I just love this deck. So I thought, oh, let me use something that's probably should have included this in my decks, tarot decks that invoke summer, because I got this in the summer. And oh my God, look at this! This totally invokes summer for me. So the tarot deck I'm working with is Druidcraft. And then I thought, oh, what am I going to work with for Oracle? And this was because at first I thought I was going to work with the Herbal Tarot in July. And then I figured, well, no, I'm going to work, I just got it. I'm going to give it a chance to, give myself a chance to catch up with time-wise and all that stuff. So I reached for something I know really well. That is excellent. For me, it has a very maternal voice. I know a lot of people say it's a masculine deck. For me, it's very maternal. Like I said, I fell in love with this deck when I first got it because I was able to instantly communicate with my mom, which was incredible, and it still is. My mom was a Virgo, so it could be that. Like she was a Leo Virgo cusp. Yeah. And I'm Leo Sun Virgo rising. Just putting that out there. So I eventually did get this guy, which is the Druid Plant Oracle. And I, of course, right away I trimmed it. And I think it looks incredible. I love it. Although I didn't mind it with the borders. The only thing I found is that the borders are beautiful and they interfere with the image on the cards. Like, they're a bit noisy. So that's why I trimmed mine. This is the current edition that's available. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I already had the Druid Animal Oracle that I scored. What's that? That looks like wax. Yeah, it is wax. Candle wax. Anyway, I scored this at a used bookstore last summer. I think it was last summer. For like $6 something, or $4. I can't remember what it was. And it's a first edition. The box is like totally like beaten up, but I kept it because it's old. It came with a reading cloth, like, really like polyester. Stretchy polyester, like in the Mythic Tarot. Well, the original Mythic Tarot. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so I trimmed this because, like the edges were quite, oh yeah, I even edged this one. I edged this one in green to match the backs. So this one, I trimmed it for the same reason. Like I found that the borders were really noisy, and trimming the cards really made the artwork of the cards stand out, but also because they were quite chipped on the edge. Like these were quite worn, and it gave them like new life. They look really nice now. They don't look like they're 20-something years older than these. The cardstock is, I think, is identical. It's just that these were used a lot. They were worn, right? They're broken in. And just, because for nerds like us, you can't see it, but the current edition of the Druid plant oracle is slightly taller millimeter than the animals. I don't know if it's the same for the current edition of the animal oracle. All right, so it's a Will Worthington month, people. These two oracle decks and the Druidcraft Tarot. I love the Wildwood Tarot as well, but for me that's a completely different energy. I wanted to go for something a little more earthy for the month of July, my birthday month. How many times do I have to mention to you it's my birthday month? I'm a Leo, people. Can't help it. What else? Oh, when I received my order from the Crystal Fox. Oh my God. Everything I showed you today, I purchased with my own money, except for what I received as gifts. The order that I'm receiving from the Crystal Fox, I paid with my own money. That was my birthday present to myself. And I'm just so excited that they carry all the raw materials that I need for what I do. I didn't order all the raw materials that I normally use because I still have some, but I was able to like effortlessly restock things that I haven't been able to find in years. So yeah, very happy. I'll share my order when I receive it. I don't know. Oh, I am, and then I'm just, oh, yeah, totally unrelated, totally unsponsored, just obsessed. Peggy, those of you who watch me may know who Peggy is. Peggy reopened Sparks Creations on Etsy, tarot bag store. Oh my God, people. I had a couple of bags in my cart. I went away to have some supper. I come back, 2 of them sold out. I was able to score one of them. Thank God, the one that I really, really loved. I ordered a bag for my hoi polloi tarot. And it's spelled hoi polloi, it's Ipoli, how it's pronounced. It's Greek for the people. But it's going to have a really groovy early 70s kind of vibe bag. I love my psychedelic froggies that I currently have it in, but it's not padded. It's like, Peggy's bags are lined and everything, and it's a snug fit for that deck. It'll be perfect. It'll protect it. So I can't wait to receive that bag, which is part of my birthday loot. And I think I'm getting an oracle for my birthday too. I think so. It's harder for me to adopt a new tarot deck, people. It's just the way it is. But oracles are easier for me, and it's one I've already owned that I'm looking forward to receiving. Oh, I am. I lie. I am. There is a tarot deck joining the family as part of my birthday loot that I ordered from the Crystal Fox. It's one that I couldn't source at all in Canada. It was incredible. It's sold out or stupid crazy expensive on Amazon.ca, and it's probably just because of pandemic and not being able to source it kind of issues. So it was. I got really excited that it was at their store. So I obtained it. Oh, and just one last thing. If you're watching my videos and you have Voices of Saints, either you own a metaphysical shop and you have it on your shelf, or you have it in your collection and you don't use it, you don't care about it, whatever, and you're looking to let it go for, obviously if it's on the shelf in your store, you're going to let it, it's whatever it is, retail, right? And if you own it and you don't love it and you're looking to rehome it, either through trade or selling it, please send me an email. A viewer contacted me, and they're they're looking for one and they can't find it. Who knew that it would go out of print? I didn't. I find it strange that it went out of print. But anyway, she's trying to source one for herself and is not having any luck. So again, if you own a metaphysical shop or you frequent a metaphysical shop and you know they have it, email me. If you have it in your collection and you don't love it, you don't use it, you don't care, and you're looking to rehome it, please email me, and I will then have that nice person contact you. All right? Well, that's it for this video. Oh my goodness, 45 minutes and still talking. Thank you so much for tuning in. I don't even know, I guess I'll title this stuff I'm sharing with you. I don't know. I still don't know. I'll know when I upload it what I'm going to call it. But thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I'm wishing you all a beautiful day. Bye-bye.